Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. I am here in the room, and I just want to welcome you all today to our conversations with Semlo Dynasty. I know I have not been on in a while, but I have been extremely busy out in the field, boots on the ground. And so I'm here today before the end of the year to help give you some what we may call New Year's resolutions, share some information on what Semlo Dynasty is doing. I have two beautiful guests that will be joining us today. And so I'm going to ask while we're waiting if you would just share, and share again. And so without further ado, y'all know how I like to do it. I just like to get on in there. Get on in there and get things started. I want to say hello to everyone in advance. I'm going to go to my comments over here so I can see you. I'm going to go live. I'm going to share with you all. Yes. Come on in. We are live today. I know I haven't been here, but we're live. Conversations with Semlo Dynasty. We are live today. And I want to introduce my guest for today. My beautiful family, the Benson family. I am excited to have them on here today, and we're going to share some stories about them today with them, with you all. And we just want to encourage families going into this new year and share information about what Semlo Dynasty is doing and what's headed for our future. And so again, I just want everyone to come in and say, hey, well, let me introduce my family, the Benson family. Woo! Y'all welcome them. Hello. Hi. How you all doing?
Hey.
Wonderful. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
We are here live, and I just want to tell y'all, because I know y'all new to this and everything, but if you wanted to get your telephone and go to your Facebook page and share it, hey, share it. And you can see it live. You can see some of the comments that we're going to get today also while you're live, okay?
Okay.
So y'all going to be superstars. But yeah, I want to thank you all. We have Tyrone and Monique Benson with us today, and they're here today to just share about family and going into the new year and how we can have prosperous and progression and peaceful families within our homes. To be realistic, when it comes to family, it can be a lot of drama. If you have children, just having a marriage, it's always something going on. But what we want to do is bring light to the positive side and how we can get to the positive side, because you all are an example of what it is to be, have trials and tribulations, but then yet learn how to work through some things, okay? And so if you all don't know, I am a life coach, not the Benson family. They know I am their life coach, their family life coach. But for those of you out there who don't know, I am a family life coach. And what I do in partnership with Semlo Dynasty is that I go out and I go into the homes of people, of families, regardless if that's a single family parent or a married couple with children, and I sit and give tools. Y'all know that toolbox. I don't go in and make them do, but I give tools to help you fix things. Fix things in your marriage, fix things as you as an individual, fix things with your children and the issues and things that they may have. And then we provide resources. Okay. And so I have this beautiful family on today that is going to share share individually about who they are, and then their children, and then we're going to get into some conversation. So welcome, family.
Right. Hey, how are you?
So who wants to go first?
Huh? Oh, you want me to go first? Well, my name is Tyrone. We've been married. Me and Monique has been married for the last 18, 19 years now. We're a blended family. I have two older kids, 26 and 27. We have two younger kids living with us now, 16 and 13, Bryce and Braylon. We have one grandchild that was just born just recently. Myself, I am a retired federal employee. Right now, I'm in school, but more or less, I'm home taking care of the family, taking care of the household, making sure that the kids are, doing well in school and making sure they get everything they need and just being a good spouse. So with that, I hand it over to my wife.
Tyrone's expressed, the number of kids we have. But I'm Monique Benson. I am the spouse of Tyrone Benson. And as he indicated, we have the focus really is the 16-year-old and the 13-year-old, of course, us as a family. I'm a federal contractor. I'm a technical trainer right now. So that's been it. He really explained everything.
Awesome. And I love it that Tyrone can say with a big chest, that he is the one that's home and he takes care of the way the family moves. You hear me? Because I believe that sometimes it don't matter if it's the man or the woman, as long as someone is taking care of that inner circle.
Yes.
Okay. I am a stay-at-home mom. And it's not an easy job.
Right about that.
It is a very difficult job, okay? And so kudos to you, Dad. I call them both Dad and Mom, but kudos to you, Dad. And, just being able to have that dynamic to say, look, this is what I do now, okay? And it's a hard job. And you're a vet, and you can say that this is a hard job, okay?
Yes.
So awesome. So you all have two children, a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And their ages again?
16 and 13.
16 and 13. Okay. And so you have teenagers. Okay. And so can you kind of tell people, how did we meet?
We met at a function of a mutual friend, and just basically discussing some issues or concerns we had about our 16-year-old. And that's when Lorene indicated that she had a similar dynasty and that she would love to work with our family. And from there, I just didn't expect her to really follow up, as she did. And once she did that, we went ahead and set up appointments and been meeting ever since. So that's how we met.
Awesome. Yeah, when we met, which this is really how it works, and a lot of times it's always either word of mouth or people just having conversations with me, regardless if that's friends, family, they're having conversations, and somehow we got to talking about the kids. But then at the end of the day, I'm just like, kids can't have problems without parents. And so it's always a family dynamic, that we end up coming to, at the end of the day. It's like a pimple, and the pimple been sitting there, but yet all we looking at is, okay, I got a skin problem, but we're not looking at how have we been taking care of the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay. And so, with us meeting, I actually had given them my information, and I was just like, well, y'all can reach out to me. But then at the end of the day, when I noticed they didn't reach out, I reached out. And that's what I do. If someone is telling me, we got a problem, God has assigned me to reach out and let's see that. And I think that's one of the problems we deal with now. The village is not taking care of the problem. People are sharing their issues, but no one is actually following up. Okay. And so I'm one who love to follow up. Hey, audience, if you have questions as we go through this session, these conversations, I ask that you put them in our put them in the comments, and we will answer as we go. Okay. Again, share this. We are talking about families. We are talking about family therapy, family life coaching, and the benefits that come out of it. And so we have our beautiful family, our couple. Well, we don't have the kids here, but we have our couple and maybe the kids down the line to sit and talk about their experience of experiencing family life coaching. Okay. So we won't get personal, y'all, but we will get to like the points that the expectations of what you had once I came into your home.
Mm-hmm.
What were your expectations?
My expectation, our expectations was, that, we wanted to make sure, especially our 16-year-old and really our 13-year-old kids, we wanted to make sure that they were ready for the world. Our 16-year-old is getting ready to be a senior in about a year, and our 13-year-old is getting ready to go to high school. So our expectations was to get them ready to, especially our 16-year-old, get them ready for the world, and then get our 13-year-old ready for high school and high school life and all the things that they deal with, and especially our 16-year-old getting him ready for the world as a bigger whole, because he's getting ready to go to college and beyond. So, we thought they were ill-equipped to deal with, the daily life of being a teenager, and then they tracking it back into the house. and we have to deal with all the other things that they deal with at school, and they bring it here, and then we're clashing. So our thing was to kind of de-escalate things in the house and hopefully get a better understanding of not only them, but our family dynamics as a whole.
Awesome. Monique, what were your expectations?
The biggest thing was the communication within the family. I felt there was a huge communication breakdown, and I just needed someone to come in and listen to everyone so we can express ourselves individually, because when we did, try to discuss it with each other, we clash or argue or whatever. But we needed an additional someone to come in and really teach us how to communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. And that's from Ty down to Braylon.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So when you're saying the communication, one of the things life coaching does is we bring in resources and tools to practical tools to be able to communicate, because communication is the first tool that is needed. We need everybody to hear, what's going on. And so in that, we gave not just an opportunity for the parents to discuss, but the children, which are preteen, teen, they really, when I tell you, and you can back me up on this, they really enjoy being able to express themselves.
Oh, yes. Freely.
Yes.
Freely without, judgment, or, they really enjoyed having that middle person.
Yes.
Right.
That can actually say, well, no, are you hearing A, B, C, or D? Because kids need to express themselves, but respectfully.
Yeah.
And I think they were expressing themselves, but they didn't understand that they were being disrespectful in the communication process.
Right.
Yep.
And so a lot of this, though, we understand, which a lot of parents are not able to accept, is that communication is learned. Okay. And so what I mean by learned is how you communicate, how parents communicate with each other or with other adults. They teach their kids the same thing. So if your communication is always hollering at each other, or fussing or cussing, then okay, that's what my kid is going to do.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so we learn how to communicate better with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, because everybody kept pointing out daddy, 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 but I have seen so much growth in daddy. And that's why I say they are my model family. And so, yeah, but I have enjoyed the process. We operate off a quarterly process. I prefer, and you all will share with how you prefer, but I prefer in-home visits. Due to the fact that people need to be personable. How do you feel about the at home versus the Zoom? We also do Zoom. And so how did you all feel about the meetings?
I prefer in person, and I guess it depends on of course weather and everything else, but the in person is more personable. The Zoom calls are more convenient. So that's the way I see it, because that way you're not traveling, or we're not traveling, or whatever the case may be. But in person is the best because you get to see, like I think we talked about the body language and everything else. You get to see it in real time.
Right.
So
Yes.
kids sliding off screen and where you at, kind of thing.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Oh, I agree. In person is so much better. And actually, the kids prefer in person.
And that's what I really wanted to get to, was like, it's hard for children to, and as much Zoom and social media and things that they're on, kids really, really, really prefer in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They want that touch. And everybody, look, if you don't know me, one thing you'll learn about me is I love hugs. And I love just, when someone is not well, they need a touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm big on that. I used to always say I was going to have a booth on the corner just giving out hugs, but then here COVID came.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a hugger. And so I just like the intimacy of being there to be with you all, to be able to, like you say too, it's less of a distraction. The Zoom is a distraction because the kids don't feel involved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not I don't have a doctorate or anything in trying to get kids involved on the social media. It's hard. And so we look forward to our in-persons a lot. And so what would you say has been the highlight of your experience?
I would say the highlight of my experience was when we had a really huge disagreement and my husband shut down completely, and you were available to us the next day to kind of work us out of the issue that we ran into. So I felt that was the highlight because it broke down a lot of the issues that we were having, my husband and I were having from a communication perspective. So that was my highlight, because that shows significant growth from my husband's perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he did shut down, and I'm married, and I know my husband will shut down in a minute. But the way I even though we were on Zoom, I noticed Tyrone shut down. Okay. And it was serious. And the family kind of took it like, oh, he just having a moment. But I really noticed right away that no, this was something serious. And so one of the things you said is that I'm available. I make myself available. Simlo Dynasty makes himself available to our clients because I just believe in the village. We need each other. And I believe in the commitment of it all because just to go in and deal with you on one day is not going to work. Yeah. But we deal in a quarterly on a quarterly calendar basis to give you a chance to be able to use the tools that have been given. And for those of you that don't know, I am the author of Get Out, Training Your Children to Lead the Nest. And so they have the book. They receive the book when they start. They're required to read the chapters. We're applying what we read, and we're not just dealing with the now situation, but we're also dealing with our ACEs situation. And our ACEs situations are our adverse childhood experiences and how our ACEs allow us to be able to deal in our future with our children, with each other, with ourselves. And so we follow up and we do homework. Okay, we do homework. Excuse me. I may not have had to be as hard as I can be on you all because you did do the homework. You know what I'm saying? And we stayed in contact. I give everyone my number. The kids have my number. I'm accessible but I give the tools and we expect for you to work the tools. And so that's why I say the Benson family has been so far my model family because they work the tools. And when one tool didn't work, we reached in the toolbox and we pulled out something else.
That's right.
Okay. So it wasn't just about the kids, but tell me how you all have grown just individually through this process.
With me, it's not, I don't I don't shut down. I don't shut down, and the biggest thing with me is the fact that I still deal with a lot of issues, but I don't allow that to cloud the cloud my judgment when it comes to the kids or my wife, because I know sometimes I think we talked about not getting enough sleep and I'm grouchy and the kids know, watch out, dad's sleepy. He's in the bed type thing. He's in the bed, don't bother him. But I've learned, I think we talked about this. I learned how to identify that early on so I don't have to be that way, even though I know my body says otherwise. But my biggest that and the fact of me shutting down, I don't think I probably do, but I don't do it where they notice. I do it subconsciously. I don't just not talk. I don't go hours of not talking. I've done days without talking, or days, probably longer. But now it's I'll sit there and think about it for a minute and then I'll speak. So without saying any words that could be harmful. So I think and now I don't. I always do it with my wife, but I try to watch what I say. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing by her, and even the kids. I want to make sure I'm doing. And my wife tells me all the time, "Hey, look, don't say it like this." Especially with my 6-year-old son, hey, say it like this, because we talked about that yesterday. So he responds to certain ways. So and I have to take that in, because before I'm like, look, I'm going to say what I want to say, but now I have to. I listen. Okay, well, let me say it like this, and maybe it'll come out a little bit better.
Okay.
So, and that's communication. Going back to what you said. So,
well, for me, I didn't think I had a significant. I didn't have as many issues as I thought, and mine were really taking his issues like, and really talking too much with the kids and telling them way too much. So I know I had to pull back on that just based on some of the things that you taught me in the sessions that we had. So really pay, again, the communication, paying attention to what I'm saying, not taking situations so, especially his situation so lightly, and really cutting down on the type of communication with my kids. I have to really watch it.
Mm-hmm. Can you give an example, Monique? Because this is really important. Of what do you mean by the relationship you had with your kids to help that you noticed that were kind of a hindrance to how you
Yeah,
are?
what because we thought he was, just a little different.
Mm-hmm.
All three of us, we would kind of get together on that and kind of, you know, laugh about it.
Right.
I had to kind of pull that back
Right.
because
Right.
I didn't realize it hurt him. We kind of took it lightly. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's something I had to
That's
pull.
good. And the reason why I asked you to elaborate on that is because when we have marriages, we notice that there's a sides that we take. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes we can take sides with kids and not understand that the other parent is feeling less of or not included or not serious.
Right.
you know and so with that, like you said, you realized that that was an issue that you hadn't really considered.
Correct.
Right. So that's awesome. This is awesome. And the things that we experience are sometimes parents or families they just don't want to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What made you decide to have someone or open up and realize, look, we need someone? Because a lot of people are embarrassed, and we may even know. um I guess what I'm trying to say is, did you trust enough the confidentiality?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we even said that biggest thing with us is our son Bryce going to college, and my biggest thing was I didn't want, I didn't. We know we needed somebody when when you start thinking about like my son Bryce going to college, and you dropping Bryce off at school, or during the school year, and the roommate looking at you like, uh, why you bring him here, and why you raising him a certain way, because he's not doing what he's supposed to do, as or how are you raising him? Because in our minds, we he's very strong willed, but then again he has to realize that there's certain things he needs to do, not only as a young adult, but how to communicate to other people, not only to other people, his friends, how to communicate with his friends, and how to communicate to us,
Mm-hmm.
because our son was blurring the lines. So, he would treat us like he was treating his friends, talking to us like he was talking to his friends, and we, with you, you helped. We had to kind of break those lines up, and kind of erase the lines, and realize that we're still mommy and daddy, we're still parents, and your friends are your friends. There's a difference. You can't just say what you want to say to us and then
Mm-hmm.
turn around and say the same thing to your friend. So, and we didn't want him to go into society thinking the exact same thing.
Right.
So our biggest thing is, like I said, preparing him for school, for life,
Mm-hmm.
because at 16, this is a crossroads. He's getting ready to move on. So we want to make sure he's,
Fully
like
prepared.
fully prepared, like you said, having all the tools and
Mm-hmm.
the equipment so he can pull out his tool bag and use them.
You're right. Right. Awesome. So also, one of the things I liked is that, and another thing, when you said you didn't want him to just go to school and not know how to communicate, but you didn't want him to also go to school and you were ready to just kick him out the house to go to school. Remember we talked about
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
because
yeah,
parents can hold on and not help fix the problem that they created
yeah,
and throw the child out. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, it's like, we always laugh about it. I was like, I can ask you, okay, well, when does he go to school? And you'll count down the months and days. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to get to a point where, and I say we, Semlo Dynasty, Lorene as a life coach, CEO and founder, I want to get to the point where I help families learn that you're kicking your children out in society to take care of us, meaning your peers. Okay. And so we do an injustice to the community by not helping. And one of the things that you all have proven is that it's never too late.
Yes.
Which is one of the last chapters in my book. It's never too late to assist your child to be able, their child until they're 18. Society says in some cases 17, but then your insurance gonna say until 26.
There you go.
So, I appreciate you all taking the time to recognize that we cannot send them out like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's one of the things I would like to encourage other families is that going into this new year, 2023, is to deal with your one when we writing out our list to lose weight and can we get our families together? Can we take care of our children? If we don't know, let's ask. I have a 10-year-old. I ask questions because this 10-year-old is not like the rest.
Yeah.
He is different. Okay. His generation is different. They verbalize more. So we have to teach them how to verbally address adults and to share their feelings. We as parents have to learn how to digest, because sometimes they tell us the truth and we just feel like you don't have a right to tell us that. Yeah. But we need to digest it right and then be able to communicate together the different issues. But in going into this new year, I really appreciate you all being on here because I want to encourage families. And you can reach out to me, go to any one of my social media sites, reach out. I do Zoom. I prefer in person, but if you're here in the Georgia area, I will try my best. Just reach out to me. And if you are abroad, Chicago, across the United States, and you would like family life coaching, call me, reach out to me. If you are a family life coach and you would like to partner with Semlo Dynasty, you are a counselor, therapist, please, 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 we need assistance. We need assistance. We need you to join our tribe. Okay? We need you to join our tribe because there are families out there who need to be healed and whole. Okay? One of the things I wanted outside of just encouraging the families to make New Year's resolution and make that New Year's resolution to heal the family, to heal yourself. And that's why I asked, how did this process help you as an individual? Okay. So we heard from Tyrone, but I would like to hear, no, we did hear from you too. What I want to hear now is, we've heard how it individually impacts you, but what did you see in your partner? What type of change did you see in your partner? So for Ty to tell you and you to tell Ty.
My wife is more observant of my my problem that I have. I think I know she's more aware, and she takes that in consideration. She doesn't, have post any a judgment, have any kind of prejudgment. She reserved judgment, and then we talk about it. And before she passes, not pass judgment, just talk things out. And we're actually open in communication a little bit better than we have. I mean, I slipped up once or twice, especially at Christmas time. So, but but that's okay because as long as it's progress, that's the biggest thing. It's progress. It's not
Right.
doing the thing, not staying stagnant or going backwards. So, as far as I'm concerned, I know she's more observant of my condition, and she knows, um, and also too, we don't joke about it. We joke with each other about it, but not in the previous time where she'll joke.
Right. When it's serious.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. When it's serious, but now it will joke about it, but just and we'll both laugh because
Yeah.
one of the things I had a problem with is when before it was you were sitting in the car, it was everybody laughing but me.
Mm.
They were laughing at me. So
Mm.
now I'm learning to laugh with them and not just say, hey, I mean, pick it on me.
Not being offended by it. Yeah.
I'm not offended by it anymore because I sit out there and start. Sometimes I want to laugh, but then again, I kind of chuckle because I can't. I don't want them to know, and I'm being serious but being funny at the same time. So they know now. My wife knows that the limits, and which is kind of cute in a way. So that's the beautiful thing about it. So
Okay. Awesome. So, Monique, what are some things that you've noticed the growth in Ty?
As I expressed earlier, is he's communicating more. There was a time where oh my gosh, he would not communicate at all, just totally shut down. And after that experience we had after one of those meetings and talked to you, I know if we hadn't been working with Similar Dynasty, that issue would have continued. He would continue to be angry. Mm-hmm. But he's doing so much better in that area. He's really, really trying to work with the kids, especially Bryce, because he's very different. So he's really trying to understand how to work and communicate with Bryce as well as Braylon. So I've definitely seen quite a bit of growth in Ty from that aspect. So thank you so much.
And then the biggest thing that my wife had actually pointed out that I was actually more focused on Bryce than Braylon. And she's brought that many times, but now when she brought it up the last time, and I realized I'm like, wait a minute, I'm so focused on Bryce and not Braylon, and here she is loving on me, so I had to kind of not back away, but give my attention to Braylon as well because I was neglecting her because I was dealing with Bryce and 16-year-old Bryce instead of dealing with 13-year-old Braylon. So that was the biggest thing, and and she had to circle me more than once on Braylon. So she had to tell me, "Hey, look, you spending more time with Bryce and Braylon."
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's I love that about my wife. So that's one. So I taking things to heart instead of taking things the wrong way. That's another thing that you help us with.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I am so glad again that you all were here. And I just wanted to just share with the people the importance of getting family life coaching and also that we have a need here at Similar Dynasty. And so before the end of the year goes out, I know a lot of y'all out there need somewhere to drop off that money for income taxes purposes, and you need a nonprofit. And Similar Dynasty is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we are in need of funding. We don't just do life coaching. Our goal is to give out scholarships. Our goal is to meet the needs of households, individuals, children, and adults. Our goal is to bring awareness to ACEs, which is adverse childhood experiences. That's trauma that we all have received between the ages of 0 to 18. Okay, 0 to 18. And so I am asking that you all would give today, that you would We have a GoFundMe. You can go to our GoFundMe page. You can visit our website. You can text to give, and I'll put all that across the screen. You can Cash App us. We need finances. I want to say my clients right now, they live an hour and 15 minutes away. Was I ever missing a visit?
Nope.
I was always on time.
Even when the sun down.
And it gets dark here, okay? But I was there, and Similar Dynasty is there to be with the clients that God has blessed us with. But we would like to be there for more clients, okay? And so we're asking that you all would give. I'm asking that some of you all would just commit to give $5 a month. It would help. Gas cards, okay, for our therapists and life coaches to get around. We are also in the process of trying to purchase a van, a mobile office. And the purpose of this mobile office is that we could pull up in neighborhoods, up to families, and actually have services outside the home. Okay. One of the things that Monique even understood was we shared and talked about if there was a mobile office outside, because you could be in the household and I could say, okay, kids, you go upstairs, or parents, you go upstairs and let me talk to the kids. But we know in the house they can hear, right?
Yeah, right.
And we would be together and we would try to whisper, okay, so what's going on? And then the kids talking so the parents wouldn't know, and we like in each other's faces, But if we could purchase this mobile office, or when, with you all's help, we can purchase a mobile office or two where we can have, our goal is to be able to be first responders to things that's going on in the houses. And we noticed that there's a lot of children not at home. I like to be out in the streets, riding around trying to say, look, go home. They're trying to have a curfew for kids or build, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain block. But they're trying to have programs after 9:00. Why can't we teach kids how to be at home? Let's fix the houses so the kids will want to be at home. Yeah. Let's fix the houses so the parents will want the kids to be at home. It's not always just the kids.
True. Yeah.
So I'm asking that you all would give to Similar Dynasty. We were unable to meet the scholarship funds this year because we did not receive enough finances, but we are trusting and believing. We are not giving up. We are asking that you all will partner with Similar Dynasty. And again, the information is on the screen, and you can visit GoFundMe. We have a GoFundMe, Similar Dynasty GoFundMe. But Cash App us, Zelle us at give@similardynasty.org. We are in need of funding. If you know someone that has a van or two or three that they would love to donate the vans, and someone that will want to fix them up so that we can put mobile offices in them. Look, we have not because we have not asked.
That's right.
So we are asking, and we are asking that if you are a family life coach, if you are a therapist, counselor, to partner with us. I thank those of you who have partnered. I thank those of you who have given to us financially, but we are in need of more, and we are asking that you will not forget Similar Dynasty in this last week of giving, which I don't understand why we always say this is the last week of giving, because we can give every day if God blesses us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you all have some last encouraging words to some people that are out here looking in regards to the counseling?
It's been a great experience, and if you do,
you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed at all.
It's very helpful. Very, very helpful. Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have enjoyed this conversation with the Benson family. You all know I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I know I wish I could come and give you some hugs.
We'll take your virtual hugs.
Yeah, we take those hugs.
Y'all know I'm serious. If you know me, I am serious about those hugs. I just love them.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, join us and partner with us. And, thank you all for watching. I see everybody, Patricia, James, Marianne, Mary Jane. I see you all, Lolita. I see you. I miss you all. But I thank you. Share this with someone. Please contact us. Please, 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 please donate to the Semlo Dynasty Inc. Semlo Dynasty Inc. nonprofit organization where we bring awareness to ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, where we care for the village. We care for the village. Thank you so much. Thank you, Benson family.
Thank you for having us.
I love you. And we will interview the kids one day too, because I would love to hear their perspective.
Yes.
Thank you all. Have a happy new year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Well.
Everyone.
Happy New Year.